Hello, everyone. Welcome. I hope I'm getting the timing right on these live streams. We are continuing the reading of Elsie Lincoln Benedict's book, How to Get Anything You Want. We are on number 51. We're on video 51, continuing the reading. We just started lesson 4 last night, yesterday, and it is titled Set the Gauge, Set the Next Gauge for What You Want. So we've been going through this book together, reading the whole thing, learning, sharing stories, teaching a little bit, and we're just going to continue and read a little bit right now. So we left off yesterday. It says, in this course, we are going to explain the 4 gauges, which, when properly set, will produce anything in this world you really want. The 4 steps by which we arrive at any destination we wish to reach. Definite desire sets the first gauge. So knowing what you want. Definite desire. Be specific. What do you truly, truly want? We learned in the last lesson to write all of our goals down. And I actually got a comment from somebody about how you keep your desires going. All right. How do we keep our desires going? I want you to imagine it's like you're trying to set a fire, like say you're camping or you're trying to have a bonfire or something outside at the beach, and you want to try to set the fire. So you have to put the wood, you have to first put what you want. It's like the list we made in the last lesson. To have a burning desire, get a big pile of what you want and why you want it, right? What do you truly, truly want? And we have to sit there and say we didn't have like lighter fluid and all that matches. We had to like keep hitting the rocks to make a spark, right? We have to keep that fire. We have to get the fire started. All right. And that's what we learned last lesson. So we get emotionally involved. We really, really want something. Every single day, we have to stoke that fire. So a good analogy or like a metaphor that's coming to me is like, when you have a balloon, like a regular latex balloon that you blow up with just with the air in your lungs, it's not helium or anything. And you blow up the balloon and it falls on the ground because it doesn't have helium. But say you wanted to keep the balloon, like this is a balloon, and you want to like keep it up in the air, right? And it kind of falls and you tap it and it goes up and it falls and then you tap it and it goes up. That's like every single day we must touch and like kind of push our desire. That's why it's important to have it written down. I have my goal card here from the Napoleon Hill Institute. I also have my on a post-it that's down here on underneath my computer, and I read it every day. So to answer the question, to keep your burning desire going, write down your goal, what you want, and read it every day. Read it every day. To take it a step further, visualize, close your eyes and visualize. How would it feel? How would it feel? Start evoking that emotion. Maybe you have to listen to music. Maybe it's a guided meditation. Maybe you listen to your auto suggestions and affirmations. That's why at the Napoleon Hill Institute, we have what we call the self-discipline camp every single morning, Monday through Friday. Some camps run Saturday and Sunday too, every single day. And it's if you're interested, I can send you a code to get like actually just go to the website. Here, let's go together. Let me show you right now. But before I show you, so to keep your burning desire going, it's touching it every day, touching it every day. What do I mean by that? Writing it down every day, repeating it every day, thinking about it every day, visualizing, meditating, every day. Like set your alarm. I'm going to think about what I truly want, my desire, and get into an emotional state. Again, you can play music, you could go for a walk, you could go for a run, you can burn your favorite candle, right? Like, I don't know what gets you in the mood. Go for a drive, go window shopping somewhere, get somewhere where you feel that feeling like of opulence. I spoke before about how I love going to really nice restaurants and or nice hotels and just getting a coffee or a tea or like a whole meal, right? Just feeling luxurious. Um, so yeah, touching it every day, connecting with it every single day, talking about it, getting a part of a mastermind group, being around like-minded people. All right. Let me get a new window. Okay. So let's look at this together. So back to the self-discipline camp at the Napoleon Hill Institute. It's a Monday through Friday program for 30 days. You can sign up for 30 days, but I think we're offering, 2 weeks free. And so you get a little preview. But what you do is every single day, We meditate together. We practice our gratitude together. We write our goal down together. We visualize together. We breathe together, right? We like prime our state, so to speak, to keep our desires up. All right. So let me share my screen. Let's look at this together, shall we? I'll show you where you can sign up for the free. Okay. So this is the website. The link for this free online event, February 24th, it's down in the description box below of my YouTube. If you are on Facebook, hop on over to YouTube. But on Facebook, I think there's a link too to my link tree, and it has, oh, I don't think I have this in my link tree. I need to put it. Okay, so do you see this pop-up window? There's a free 14-day trial for the self-discipline camp. All right, so you just click here. Let's see where this takes us. That's what you do. If you want to touch your burning desire and really keep it going every day, that's a wonderful way to do it. All right. So let us continue with our reading. All right. So definite desire sets the gauge first. In this present lesson, we are going to show you how to set the second gauge for exactly the things you have decided on, precisely as in the case of the cook. The unthinking skeptical or antiquated type of mind may say upon reading these instructions, it's too simple, too easy, too childlike. Why, it can't be possible that there is a machine as marvelous as this right inside of me. It's too good to be true. Let's read that again. So definite desire sets the first gauge. In this present lesson, we're going to show you how to set the second gauge for exactly the things you have decided on. Precisely as in the case of the cook that we read yesterday, the unthinking skeptical or antiquated type of mind may say upon reading these instructions, it's too simple, too easy, too childlike. Why, it can't possibly be that easy. It can't possibly be that there is this machine as marvelous inside of me that can work so magical. It's too good to be true. But every human being who follows these directions and applies each simple rule will see for himself and soon be as joyously enthusiastic as the cook. We do not know or need to know just how the inner self operates. Its activities obey certain laws, and we know what these are. If we harmonize with them, we will succeed. If we oppose them, we will fail. So every human being who follows these directions and applies each simple rule will see for himself and soon be as joyously enthusiastic as the cook. So when it's just application, it's application. Faith without works is dead. You have faith? Is it applied faith? Are you applying your faith? Are you taking action? Are you just talking, 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 or are you taking action? So we must follow the directions and apply the simple rules. We do not know or need to know just how the inner self operates. Its activities obey certain laws, and we know what these are. If we harmonize with them, we will succeed. If we oppose them, we will fail. And most of us do. I did, and I still do if I'm not paying attention to the laws, right? Disobeying the law. So if we do not follow the simple rules, the universal laws, we break the law. We're breaking the law. The laws of your subconscious and of all else about you, from those that rule the digestion of your food to those entailed in your most complicated achievements, are God-made, unchanging, immutable. They operate as inexorably as do the laws of gravity, electricity, or chemistry, and your refusal to adapt yourself to them will no more nullify them than your non-belief in the laws of gravity can keep you from being hurt if you drop from a 10-story window, nor than your refusal to believe in the laws of chemistry would keep you from death after you took sulfuric acid. Let's just listen to that. this is, you know, of course we always use like, oh, the law of gravity. It doesn't matter if you're a good or bad person. If you jump out of the window, you're going to fall to the ground. But there's so many other universal laws that we can't see and we can't prove, but they're working 24/7. And actually, the more aware we get, we can see like the law of attraction working in people's lives, people that complain, the Debbie Downers, people that are always like upset about something. They're always upset about something. Like they always find something to be in a bad mood about or offended. And is that a coincidence? I think not, you know? So these laws are unchangeable, immutable. They operate as inexorably as do the laws of gravity, electricity, or chemistry, and your refusal to adapt yourself to them will no more nullify them than your non-belief in the laws of gravity can keep you from being hurt if you drop from a 10-story building, nor than your refusal to believe in the law of chemistry would keep you from death after you took sulfuric acid. So just because you don't believe in it, you're like, oh, that's wishy-washy. I don't believe in the law of attraction. It don't mean it's not going to work. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the law. The laws explained in this course are eternal. They do not change. They always work. They always work. They can be used by anybody at any time, in any place, and for any purpose, precisely as the laws of electricity, when applied to the stove, will cook poison for you as quickly and certainly as it will wholesome food. So, like, think of the stove. The stove will cook anything you put on it. It'll cook you some, like, what's that show, Breaking Bad? Cooking meth, right? Like I didn't watch that show, but I watched the first episode and I was like, I had more anxiety. I was like, I can't watch this show, but I heard it's good. But it's like your stove will cook you meth that will kill you and make you addicted and get you arrested, or it'll cook a wholesome meal. The stove doesn't care. It's gonna cook whatever you put on it. It just works. It's not personal. And that's what the universal laws are. That's what our subconscious mind is. It's impersonal. It doesn't care what you think. It's going to return to you what you put out in thought, in vibration, and emotion. Another analogy that she's used and I use all the time is it's like the soil of the earth. If a farmer has bad intentions, the soil will produce a whole field of crop for that crooked farmer, just as it would produce a whole field of crop for the good farmer. As long as you follow the laws, you know, we see it a lot in history. It's pretty, it can be very destructive, she says. It can work both ways. Your belief or non-belief cannot invalidate these laws any more than the cook's refusal to believe in the electric stove prevented it from producing results for her once she actually set the gauges in accordance with instructions. The big thing that belief does is to cause us to grasp, master, and apply the instructions more quickly, accurately, enthusiastically, and thereby to get results more quickly. So she's saying your belief or non-belief cannot invalidate these laws any more than the cook's refusal to believe in the electric stove prevented it from producing results for her when once she actually set the gauges in accordance with instructions. So again, the story yesterday, the cook did not believe that this electric stove could do all these magical things. The stove's performance was not based if this cook believed that the stove could do it or not. The stove is a machine. The stove was programmed to do that, just like our subconscious mind. The subconscious mind doesn't care and it's programmed to give us whatever we put into it, amplify it, give us more back. So our belief or our non-belief does not diminish or change the stove's performance. Our belief or non-belief does not change the performance of our subconscious mind and the results in our life. It doesn't matter. So it's either we can be conscious and believe or unconscious and suffer the consequences. The big thing that belief does is to cause us to grasp, master, and apply the instructions more quickly, accurately, enthusiastically, and thereby to get results more quickly. Bigotry, skepticism, and doubt stay your hand while you are in the very act of setting your gauges. They induce you and your conscious mind to experiment with the mechanism, to lift the hood, as it were, to stop and start it, and in other ways turn it off and on. and thus interfere with speedy results. So when we are skeptical or doubtful, we are backing up the flow. We're stopping the flow. Again, it's like if you plant a seed and you keep digging it up every day to see if it's growing, you are going to bother the roots from peacefully growing. Of course, if you don't dig it out, but if you just keep touching it, it's just gonna, it's like a wound. Just leave a wound alone. It'll scab over and heal. But if we keep picking at it, it's going to take longer to heal. It'll heal, right? Unless we keep injuring ourselves, but you know what I mean. Your active opposition to these principles, though it can never alter nor abrogate them, nor interfere with others who use them, will naturally make it impossible for you to get results from them, for the simple reason that active opposition will keep you from really setting your gauges. So your active opposition will hold you back from truly setting your route and heading towards it. You're going to be skeptical, you're going to be, you know, doubtful, and it's the opposition will keep you from really setting your gauges, really turning the stove on and having it work, you know. Though you might declare to us or pretend to your friends that you had turned them on, you would not actually have done so, for active opposition keeps you acting in its own direction, which in this case would be the opposite action from turning on the gauge. A perfect example of active opposition would be seen if the cook had refused to set the indicators on the electric stove. Obviously, she could not have achieved results. Whenever you refrain from setting the gauge within your own powerful mechanism, or when you do not set it in accordance with the rules, you will be just as sure to meet with disappointment. Whenever you follow the directions, you will be equally certain of getting results. The reason why predominantly destructive moods bring destruction to our lives is that our predominant moods automatically set the gauges and fulfill every requirement for bringing to pass in our lives the destructive thing we are dwelling upon. Let's listen to that again. The reason why predominantly destructive moods bring destruction to our lives is that our predominant moods automatically set the gauges and fulfill every requirement for bringing to pass in our lives the destructive thing we are dwelling upon. A long cherished mood of any kind sets in motion the very forces that are essential to its materialization in the outer world. Until you know what these are, you will not be able to recognize them, and of course, have not recognized them heretofore. All right. So, a long cherished mood of any kind sets in motion the very forces that are essential to its materialization. We learned that in lesson 1. Your predominant moods make your life. What mood are you in predominantly? What's your baseline? What kind of mood are you normally in? Like kind of just like so? Are you pretty cheery and happy and optimistic and looking at the bright side of things? Or are you always upset, always offended, always pissed off and complaining about something? All of them are valid. I'm sure you have a good excuse, especially, we can all find something and we're right. But again, would we rather be right or would we rather be happy, be at peace? Is it worth our peace of mind to be right? If it's something we can change, of course, but maybe there's nothing we can do to change. All we can do is do what we can do and then have boundaries and be at peace and let it go. Yeah. A long cherished mood of any kind sets in motion the very forces that are essential to its materialization in the outer world. Until you know what these are, you will not be able to recognize them, and of course have not recognized them before to this point. But they always follow certain lines and develop stage upon stage in perfect unfoldment. This is accomplished first by putting us in the frame of mind to keep the current turned in this direction. Second, by forcing us sooner or later to actions that fit it. Third, by printing our real feelings upon our externals. And fourth, by making us susceptible to all outside suggestions which coincide with it. That's good. I like that one. This is accomplished first by putting in the frame of mind to keep the current turned in this direction. Second, by forcing us sooner or later to actions that fit it. And third, by printing our real feelings upon our externals. So whatever you impress, whatever you continue to think about, whatever you impress, you express. Whatever you impress, you express. It's like, think of your mind, your brain as a printer, like a wireless printer. You are picking up signals. You're picking up signals. And when you think about something and you get emotionally involved, it gets sent down to the print job and it will be printed on paper and you will have it in your life. Have you ever sent a print job to the printer on accident or multiple times and you're like, no, 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 cancel, cancel, cancel. I don't want to waste my paper. I don't want to waste my ink. Or you accidentally print something all in full page color. You're like, oh my God, I wanted that in black and white. Crap. Like, I didn't want to waste all that ink on the picture. Like, it wasn't important. But if the print job gets sent and you do not stop it, it will print. And so that's what they're saying, is that if we do not stop our recalibrate our emotions, so to speak, when we are become aware, again, it's not to shame, blame, or condemn ourselves. We're human. We're going to feel all kinds of emotions. It's not to avoid angry emotions or sad emotions. You're going to feel them, but don't dwell there. Don't dwell there. Get the help you need. Take your time to heal and work through it. Allow yourself to feel it and then move on from it. And if it comes in waves, let it come in a wave and then move on from it. But whatever we impress, we express, it will be printed. So our lives, my whole body, your body, the images we see in the mirror, our surroundings are a printing. It's a reflection of what's inside. I love what I'm looking at. I love everything. I got my favorite candle. Oh my God, I got my favorite candle today. Let's look at it together. Don't judge me. Look at this. It's called Fresh Cut Lilacs. Fresh Cut Lilacs. Sorry, it's really full. Fresh Cut Lilacs. This is heaven. Heaven. Oh my God, it smells like a fresh bar of soap or something. I can't even, like, I just picture, I don't know, like a countryside in France or something. I don't even know, man. Maybe from a past life. I was like running around a lilac field. I just love that. I love spring. I'm a spring. Am I a spring baby? I'm a spring baby. I love spring. I love flowers. I love lilacs. I love jasmine. I love orange blossoms. I love gardenia. Gardenia, orange blossoms, lilacs, jasmine, honeysuckle. I need a garden. I need a garden. I need a garden, y'all. My goal is to have a big, beautiful garden where you can walk around and have like little sitting areas where you can meditate and like statues of like inspirational figures from personal development, from different philosophical, like different, I'll have like, it'll be like the philosophy garden and it'll have like Epictetus and like Marcus Aurelius statues, or like the thinking man from like As a Man Thinketh, the thinker. And you can sit there and like channel, right? Like Napoleon Hill, when he would call upon his inner counsel and ask for advice and just like mastermind with these great leaders. Then I'll have like Jesus and Buddha in a garden, Mother Mary, some saints. That'll be like another garden. Then I'll have like another garden with like Martin Luther King Jr. and Gandhi. Then I'd have one with Napoleon Hill and Bob Proctor. Yeah, that'd be great. See, I could feel it, and it's going to smell like lilacs. We'll see. See how fun that is, just to dream. Do you allow yourself to use your imagination and dream? It's important to do that, you know? So anyways, I'll stop there. We will continue tomorrow. I worked out today. I went on my run. I'm running every single day for the next 90 days. Today, well, I need to post it. Today's day 8, I believe. Today is day 8 because yesterday was day. Let's look at my stories. Did it already disappear? It already disappeared. Yeah, I think it's today's day 8. I need to post that of 90. And then, of course, I'm doing this every day. What else did I commit to? Right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing this every day and I'm running every day. And I feel good. It feels really good. So, what are your goals? What do you want to do? What are you working towards? Commit to something for the next 7 days. Write it in the chat. Let's hold each other accountable. Sign up for the self-discipline camp, as I showed you. You can just visit NapoleonHillInstitute.com. It'll be a pop-up page to do 14 days free. I teach on Monday and Wednesdays the Australian self-discipline camp. It's at 12:30 California time. So that's really nice. And you can go to any time zone you want. What else? Sign up for the Think and Grow Rich with Peace of Mind event. It's going to be fantastic. Dr. Joe Vitale will be there. David Meltzer will be there. Cleona O'Hara, and other special guests. So be excited about that. So many good things. Keep things good in your ear. Keep good things in your ear. If you want to keep your burning desire going, touch it every day. Touch it every day. Keep it buoyed. Keep it up. Keep it full of life. Write it down. Read it. Listen to things. Mantras. Record your voice. Mirror work. Talk to yourself. You might feel cheesy at first, but you'll get over it real quick. I talk to myself all the time in the mirror. I have my hand mirror, that gold mirror. I don't know if you saw that. I look in my eyeballs and I just talk to myself, right? We're always talking to ourselves 24/7. It's usually unconscious and it's not good. So let's make it good and conscious. All right. Anywho, have a wonderful evening. I will see you guys tomorrow. All my information's below if you want to work with me and all the links that I talked about here. So enjoy. I'll see you tomorrow.